Hey class, sorry this video is going up a day late. Like I said in my email, I was just having some problems with webcam. And as you can see, I'm not using the webcam right now. Hopefully I'll get that all sorted out for next week. But in the meantime, I just wanted to take this video just to kind of really just say thank you for such good discussions on Monday. I was really impressed with how engaged you guys were for those, even as we were dealing with a lot of really kind of really abstract concepts and things like that. I appreciate the energy that you guys kind of brought to those discussions. It makes kind of working through these projects a lot easier if students are willing to engage. And so I appreciate that. So well done on those. So there's a couple of things that I want to do today. Really, I just kind of want to touch base on the things that we mentioned in class. I also want to just kind of just do a quick recap of the project if you guys are still getting confused or anything like that. And then just kind of point you to some of the resources that we have in case you guys are still struggling. So essentially what I really wanted to focus in on Monday, obviously, was this idea of genre as allowing us to accomplish some sort of goal, or genre as a tool that we can use to learn more about people, right? And so if you remember, what we were talking about was how if we do genre analysis and how if we pick something apart and look at the various elements of an artifact or an article or something like that, then based on what we see, we can make some assumptions about the people that made that. And so that's kind of what we're doing for this project, right? We're looking at an article from your field, we're pulling it apart, and then we're looking at those pieces and trying to figure out what those tell us about this group that you're interested in, right? And so if you remember, we were talking about how to do this in the project, and I want to bring your attention here to these three different sections. Now, as I showed you in the sample on Monday, this essay is really broken down like this, and we do this so that you guys give yourselves the space to really think about, doing one step at a time. So pulling the things apart, then talking about those things and what they mean in this analysis section. Excuse me. And then just thinking about what you've learned throughout this process, like what you've learned about genre, what you've learned about your community, things like that. Now, in the future, we won't break the essay up like this into these weird kind of pieces. You'll be able to do analysis kind of more fluidly. But for this one, I just wanted to have it done like this because students often struggle with genre analysis, usually because they focus too much on the argument or the content of the article, not enough on the components. But it sounds like you guys had a good handle on that. So I'm not really that concerned about those things. Now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to touch on really quickly in regard to Project 2. You'll see here, this is just under the main Project 2 folder. I've posted a walkthrough video just going through the sample. So if you're still confused about how this thing fits together or what to do or what kind of moves that you should be making in the paper, this video will go through a lot of that. So it can be kind of useful if you're struggling there. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about for a minute was just this blog that you've got coming up. Now, we did a lot of this already in class on Monday when we were looking at the poem or something like that, when we were pulling apart the different things that you see. And that's all you're doing here is you're going to make a list of all the components that you see in the article that you're looking at, right? And I've given you some examples of things to examine. So language, tone, sentence structure, citation method, paragraph structure, evidence. And so what I mean by this is look for different variations that you'll see in the articles, because you'll notice if you look closely enough that people in different fields will actually, write differently. They'll have different styles of writing, whether it's long sentences, short sentences, really descriptive language, really plain or technical language, right? You're going to notice a lot of these things. And so if you're getting hung up on what to look for in these examinations, those are good places to go because those will allow you to make more intuitive assumptions about the community that you're interested in. All right, so the last thing that I really want to mention today, like I said, the quick video, the last thing that I want to mention today is just the pace of the work that you're doing. Now, I know it seems like we're going kind of full throttle here these first few weeks, but I do want to just remind you guys, that I have this projected schedule on here for a reason. So I know a lot of you are talking about like feeling overwhelmed with the class or with all of your classes or, try to fit all this work in. And I want to really kind of, advocate for this kind of broken up schedule like this. Now I've got it broken up over various days for a reason so that you're not trying to do everything all on Sunday or whatever. I know your schedules are different. But this is just kind of like a moment that I wanted to just take and just say that learning how to work around your workload. I know that sounds weird, but learning how to work around your workload and like budgeting your time and figuring out how to fit everything in can be really difficult, especially as an undergraduate. I remember it took me a long time to figure it out. And so that's why I've tried to help you guys out here by giving you this projected schedule. Now, if you follow this schedule, closely, then all of your work will be pretty light for Sunday. It'll just be turning things in or just finishing up a few things. And you'll have done all the kind of hard stuff broken up over the week. The only reason I'm saying this is because over the next, 4, 5, 6 weeks, especially after we get out of Project 2 and into Project 3, there's going to be a lot of kind of midweek work. And so it's a good opportunity for you guys to figure out how to kind of manage all of this now before it gets too heavy. Again, it's not really that related to Project 2, but it's just one of those moments that I wanted to take and just talk to you guys. So if you're having trouble navigating the workload, talk to me. I can help you figure it out, and we'll make sure that we keep you guys on track. So a couple little housekeeping things that I wanted to address. I will have all of your Project 1s done and back to you by the end of the week, if Sunday at the latest. Also, I know that some of you had said that there were some problems with the blog. That's been fixed, so you should be good to go there. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.